Hi party people, and welcome to what is provisionally the penultimate devlog of the series. Today I'm going to go over some of the last additions to the level, as well as some finishing touches I made before the first playtest, for which I will unveil the details at the end of this video. So let's not lose any more time, let's just go right in. And let's start with something small but oh so important, the pickups. Now, I finally placed the pickups, and I had two kind of philosophies when deciding how to place them. So here we see philosophy number one with, at the bottom left, a coin pickup, a distraction pickup. I did leave them all as coins for the first playtest because I did see it as kind of, let's say, a waste of time to create different meshes out of geometry brushes just to have them fit into the respective room that they're found in. So I just left them as coins. I think that's, it serves the purpose, it's fine. Now here we see it being placed as a solution to a problem that's being presented to the player. Player come in through this door or the door back there, and they see the guard straight looking at them. Now they can observe the guard from a safe position anywhere they want, and they will see the guard will not move. This guard is stationary. Now they can crouch around this without having to use a distraction. In fact, I made sure that the level is entirely beatable without having to use a single distraction or EMP. They just make the level a lot easier. And they open up some passages that you otherwise would not be able to get through. This one right here is not one of them, but it is a great example to show this first philosophy. Now back to it, if you present the player with a problem like this, and somewhere in the area you show them a distraction, which could be a potential solution, they might pick up that solution as their own solution, and, will feel rewarded for exploring the area around to find a solution to the problem that they're facing. You can't just headbutt through, it's a lot more risky and difficult, and so some players might not want to do it, and so they will rely on the distraction. Now I'm going to unlit mode because in lit mode this room is very bright and it's difficult to show what I want to show, but you can see the batteries in the hotel room right here. Now this is the second philosophy I am applying when placing these pickups. The player being rewarded for exploring. Not every single detour that you take or every single room you explore will necessarily have a reward for you. Rooms also have different kinds of rewards. So maybe you will have a pickup as a reward. Maybe you also just have a hiding place to observe a situation from in a safe area. Maybe you also just have an access to a different area via pipe or balcony. Or sometimes you have nothing at all. That's what makes exploration fun and rewarding, is to have exploration fail sometimes, but sometimes it gives you some kind of reward that can help you in some way that you might not know immediately, but it will help you down the line. Now I still made sure to not go overboard with placing the pickups and choosing wisely which pickups to place where, because, well, you cannot just be like, oh, let's throw a coin in here and let's throw a battery in here. You have to balance it somehow, because if you just put them out randomly, you might accidentally break some challenges of yours if the player just explores a little. And you don't want the players to break your challenges, you want them to use the pickups that they found exploring to overcome challenges a lot easier. Now we're back on lit mode, and this is to show you that I'm done with the lighting. There was a nice comment in the last video giving some tips that they've used. For example, auto exposure off and not having point lights overlap. I personally kept the auto exposure on because I realized that properly lighting a level takes more than just a week of experience, and without auto exposure I would have been screwed in how I would be able to do this within a week. So I kept it on, but to a minimum, and I used lights more to highlight certain areas rather than properly light a level. I still learned a lot though, and also I did swap a lot of point lights for spotlights, which are remarkably cheap. So if you guys struggle with lighting in your Unreal levels, maybe it's time to swap out some of those point lights for spotlights. Also, I realized that adding light sources like lamps or, the sun aren't enough to just light a level, because otherwise you would put your entire level full of lamps, and that's just not how a hotel in real life is lit. And it also doesn't really look good, and it kind of hinders your gameplay as well. So, for example, here we have standing chandelier with a point light, but still I had to illuminate this area extra to emphasize for the player that there is a challenge here or something that they need to look at. Now, this is very subtle, but I did it using a rectangle light. And this one just shines down on this general area so that it kind of emphasizes what happens in this general area. But yeah, there's still a long way to go for me to consider myself good with lighting. And I might do some exercises in the future, and maybe I'll upload them on my channel, who knows. But yeah, this is just getting acquainted with the lighting system in Unreal, and I think for what it's worth, within a week I actually managed to put out something pretty decent. Also, from playing, doing research on Hitman, I got an idea of what color lights to use and where to use those lights. So here we have an example of warm and cold lighting. The camera doesn't count, so the big red spot on the floor is not included in this. This ceiling light is emitting just straight plain white light, which is a lot colder than the light on the side here, which has a touch of orange and yellowy to it. Now, warm and cold lights are used to highlight areas where the designers want the players to go towards. Players will prefer to look and go towards warm lighting than cold lighting. At least that's what I saw or derived when I looked at the lighting in Hitman. This might be completely wrong, so don't take this as a fact, okay? This is just what I derived from playing, again, doing research on Hitman, and this is what I implemented in my level as well. If it works, we'll see after the playtest. Now, as you can hear something. I've implemented sounds in the game. Now, there are not a lot of sounds in the game here. There's just the bare minimum of what you need. So like a sound for the distraction, some sounds for atmosphere, and some cool voice acting. Mostly to tell the player what the guard is going to do now. Now, they can learn to predict the behavior of the guard and, learn the behaviors of the guard in specific situations by heart, but sound can help them get there quicker, which is really where the stealth part of the stealth game becomes great fun, is if you figure out the guards, their behavior, and then learn how to take advantage of that and manipulate that behavior to get what you want. And so I think the sounds really help with that. There's some great voice acting in here, and I won't show you anything right now. You'll have to wait till the release or the playtest to be able to find those. Now, I also just briefly wanted to show you guys that I decorated the valley, put some water and some rocks there, just so it gives the area a little more life and depth. I just kind of was bored one afternoon and said, I don't have anything else to work on in this project right now. I can just do this right now. If you want to playtest this level, here are some of the requirements that you need to meet in order to be able to playtest it. After playtesting, I would like a Word or text document with some of the complaints or the things that you liked about the level. Just generally your feeling about the level. I would also need a video of at least one playthrough. You can do multiple, you can do however many you want, but I feel like you would have seen every single path and everything that there is to see after at most 4 playthroughs. So I feel like you don't need to do more than 4, although every single playthrough with a video is appreciated. The video should be uploaded on YouTube, can be public, but I would prefer it to be unlisted because, it's my project, I want to show it off. But if you're so proud of the fact that I did this, and you want to show it off to everyone in the world, go ahead. I don't mind that. I actually would like that as well. Now, I would also like to have audio of the game, if you play it with audio in that playthrough. You can add your own commentary as well. It is not required, but if you want to, you can add it as well. I don't have a problem with that. Now, I will need your Discord tag or email for contact purposes. I'll be selecting 5 to 8 different people for the playtest. I don't know how many exactly, so if you're not chosen, I will probably already have enough people. I want to get through the playtest results within a week, so sadly I cannot accept too many people, well, because I need to get through everyone's playthrough. Maybe I'll accept more people if I got through them faster than I originally thought. In any case, the deadline for submitting your playthrough is next Monday, so the 15th of April, not the one that comes, the one after that. So until the Sunday, the 14th, turns to a Monday, you can submit your playthroughs. So if you want to playtest and help me improve this level, fill out the Google form that you can find in the description, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Leave a like on the video if you like me personally. The quality of the video has no weight in your decision to like it or not. I already know that this is a banger video. For more banger videos coming to your YouTube feed, subscribe, and you can find banger videos on my channel already. Just click on one of these on your screen right now. Alright everyone, take care.